Yay! Ignite. Right. So this slide's on for 15 seconds, and I haven't really planned for that slide because I didn't know it would be there. Um, they say I should introduce myself. Well, I'm Rainer, and I'm going to talk about the obvious things and what makes the obvious solution a good solution in situations of service design. I think this is running for more than 15 seconds now. So, I mean, I don't think it's a bad slide, but you can see me standing right here anyways.
15 seconds.
Okay, very good. So I'm going to talk about it's obvious. So anything that everybody can see, basically. And when we hear all these cases that people talk about in service design, we always think like, yeah, it's a great job on that thing you did, you know, really super, whatever it is. So whether it be Airbnb or Nike Plus or what have you, you know, they're all the same, and I like all these cases. So one of my favorite ones is thing in an eye clinic, eye surgery. People had their eyes redone or wanted to have their eyes redone. 70% didn't make it because they were stressed out, and then they changed one obvious thing, right, and transformed the whole process, namely introduce a valet parking service in the parking lot, and then people could park their cars and they were happy and everything worked and rates went up. It's a small change and it's really easy. So it's quite an obvious solution, I think, to the problem. Once you look at it in hindsight, right? Looking back on the process, everybody thinks, you know, this is the way it should be done. I mean, the solution is so good. Same with all the other cases. But, of course, simple isn't easy, right? If you're trying to do something really simple, sometimes it's really hard. And getting there, doing this, requires a lot of effort. And it's much like modern art, really. Like modern art is, I could do that, plus, yeah, but you didn't. And the same quality, I think, is in great service design. Like the obvious solution, right, is great service design is, I could do that, and yeah, we did it. You know, we did it together. We sort of went through this process and discovered some things that that really made a difference, right? And in order for us to achieve that, we run against the walls. We try to fix problems that we thought were there the princess in that castle, but of course she isn't. You know, problems cannot be solved in the context in which they arose. And sometimes we have to take a step back and realize that, well, I mean, we want to change everything. You know, when we want to build good services, we have to adopt this holistic view of things. And that's always a good place to start. It's a long journey and a lot of small steps, you know, on a haywire and dangers everywhere. And so, well, this is what you do. And this is what we all have to do, to find the obvious solution that in hindsight, well, in hindsight looks obvious. And we need to aim high, you know, on the abstraction level. We need to enter a new frame of looking at the problem. And all of the cases that we heard about today sort of tried to achieve that and did in hindsight, you know, and by stepping back and looking at it. And, well, and what I thought when thinking about these things, you know, in a traditional agency, communications agency, they always want surprise, you know, new surprising solutions. But I don't think that's right. You know, the client or the creative director or what have you, like the evil person that briefs you and thinks that all the solutions are in the book or only in the methods and tries to force you to do certain things, they want the killer surprises. But it's the little things that matter most of the time. And it's a chore, and we have to go back to solving the problems. You know, it always gets dirty again, and we have to vacuum the floor with the whole world on our backs. And, well, only then can we achieve happy customers, you know, make them smile, make them happy. And it should be obvious to them, you know, what we achieve. Not only to us or the people who pays us, but it's only really, really good. And a service is then, well, best then when we take it away and then the people realize how much they needed it. So that, I think that's the most important slide here. So I urge you all to have faith in this way of stepping back, aiming higher, you know, leaving the context behind, achieving the solution that once you've reached it is obvious. And have faith in your creative confidence, you know, and only then can you achieve superior solutions and be a better designer and, you know, have, well, give everything you've got to the entire process. And, well, I think that's rock and roll, you know, and this is what we all want to do. So I think we need designers to do that. We can't do that just by following a process or following certain steps. And, well, that's it, basically. The chart said, well, hold on. No, not yet. I got 5 seconds. Questions, anybody? No. Thank you.